Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour. It's your boy, Emilio, the Honey Badger Urrutia, with my man, JP Mestanza. What's happening, brother? How's your day going?
I'm good, man. Everything's great. How about yourself?
Hey, another day in quarantine, staying isolated, staying safe, staying clean, doing our best, you feel me? So, hey guys, we hope you enjoyed last episode. We had the man, Alexander, the great Volkanovski with us on our first ever Zoom podcast.
Yeah.
How'd you like our Zoom, dog?
I mean, it was new for us.
How was that Zoom life?
It was new for us. I enjoyed it. The interview was fantastic. I loved it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We didn't get too much into his life story and the beginning and everything like that, but just what's it called? We were able to get out what we could.
It was a great chat. I mean, we got some nuggets of really cool information out of him, so I'm happy about it. It was cool.
Yeah, man. It was a pleasure to have Alex on the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on, brother.
Thanks, brother.
And we wanted to do it live, of course, with all these guys.
Yeah.
And that will bring us into our next guest for episode 15. We're going to keep the train. It's finna keep on rolling, dog. rolling on to the next one. I'm very excited to introduce our next guest, another Zoom guest, our man, Brad, the angry one, Quake City, Brad Quake Riddell, reigning kickboxing world champion, Muay Thai world champion, now transitioning to MMA, now surging to UFC top 15, looking for that ranked opponent. My man, fresh off his big victory at UFC New Zealand, Brad Quake Riddell. What's going on? And welcome to the podcast, my man. Is this how legit you think the Rona is, dog?
What do you mean how legit do I think it is? It's a fucking flu, bro. It's a sickness. Don't go telling me the world's flat next. Come on.
No. That's what I'm saying. But you're saying it's like a flu though. It's crazy, man. It's like a virus, and then but it seems to be hitting America worse than everybody else, or what? Is it me or not? Just because there's more people? Yeah, because
the population is so dense there, bro. It's destroying Manhattan, isn't it? Because everyone's packed into a tiny area. This area that's dense and not a lot of landmass gets smoked.
Yeah, New Zealand's been pretty good, right? Because has there a few cases?
Pretty good because you don't let any views in.
You guys are smart about that.
Yeah.
And then you put the visas on there nice and tight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're leading the world and keeping it away from us, eh?
Yeah, well, you're as far as you can possibly go from the world anyway. Also, so that's a good chat. That's a good thing.
We want to stay that way.
Hey, I'm liking the YouTube videos, dog. What did you do? Yeah, who does them for you? Marissa, you've been doing all the editing and everything?
Yeah, Marissa edits them all.
Hell yeah, Marissa.
At the house, bro. The GIPI.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And then what's it called? You got a good little following on there too, dog. Are you really good at? How good are you at Modern Warfare? Can you do Twitch and shit? Because people really like playing video games with their athletes, right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not that good. I'm probably not good enough for them, but I'll do it. But I don't want to waste half my time playing video games, bro. That shit's boring. It's good for like an hour.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do when you're not training? I mean, what's your favorite thing to do in camp in between training sessions?
Oh, everything. It heaps, man. I don't have like one specific thing that I want to sit there and like devote my time to. I'll read a bit, game a bit, chill a bit, talk some shit on the phone.
Yeah. Hey, you read anything good lately?
Yeah, I read Relentless by Tim S. Grover. That's a good read. It just talks about pretty much mentally strong people and mentally weak ass people.
Yeah, it's called what's it called? Relentless?
Relentless, yeah. It's good, man.
Nice,
it just talks about how there's like separation between professional athletes, you know, there's the elite athletes, but amongst the elite athletes there's like outliers, and there's people that they're pleasers, you know, there's ones that do the bare minimum to get by. Like he's an NBA guy, so he says there's guys that just do their job and nothing more, and there's guys that do well and want, like, you know, they want the credit for it and the cars and the fame and like all that stuff as well, and they want to get told they're amazing by everybody. Then there's like these other dudes that he classed as cleaners, like Michael Jordan, that just showed up, ripped shit up, and didn't need to be told they're awesome, or it's just They were just relentless, bro, in their pursuit of everything, not just NBA, like outside business, just outliers.
Yeah, like if they're gonna shine in everything, not just one thing. Like if they're gonna mop the floor, they're gonna mop it as good as they can.
In every aspect.
Yeah.
Heads up, guys. We're already recording everything. So whenever you guys want to start, or
all right. Well, we're already rolling pretty good, dog. Yeah, this is. I like how we'll just cut in the intro later. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just keep the chat going. Yo, I just saw something recently, JP. Where was it with you? On something on a Michael Jordan story, where the guy was saying that he saw Michael Jordan was playing. It's the same thing. It's like that outlier. It's that outlier mentality. You know, like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was playing somebody in a game, and like something silly, you know, and then he won, and he bet $5. It was against the valet. It was against like the manager of a valet place at the hotel, and then Michael Jordan he won, and it was like a real tense game. He's like, I won. Okay, $5. Give me my money. And when the guy went to pay him, the guy was like, I don't have the money. I gotta go to my room and get it. I'll just give it to you next time. And Michael Jordan's like, nah. He's like, I won that $5. He's like, go and get it. I'll wait. Don't worry about it. And then the guy went and got it. And then afterwards,
that's principle mentality.
Yeah.
Yes. So when they asked Michael, they're like, yo. He's like, yo, man. He's like, what's up with that $5, bro? And Michael was like, it wasn't about the $5. He's like, that was my trophy that I beat him. He's like, that was proof that he beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it was all about for him. You know. So yeah, that's sick, man. That's dope. That's awesome that you just said that too. I'm gonna get that on my list right now. I've been doing the Tim Ferriss right now. I've heard about it for a long time. The Tools of Titans, but it's not really like a book, yo.
It's like
I haven't read it.
It's a bunch of notes together, and it's a collection of some of the best parts of this podcast with all these different luminaries, scientists, artists, all these creative people, all these different people who've done so many crazy things in this world, CEOs of major companies, and he distilled some of the lessons that makes them, that separates them, and what they've learned, and he put them into a book. So it's one of those books where you just flip around, but it's this thick, man. I got in one of those airports, and I think you'd really enjoy it, actually.
Yeah, it's good. He just takes out like the best parts of like all the people that he did the podcast with. He's got a pretty good podcast, the Tim Ferriss podcast.
Yeah.
I've only heard a few, but my favorite is the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, yo. I liked Arnold, yo. He was one of those outliers, too. He was a beast. Hey, so fresh off. Hey, you're 2-0 in the UFC now. Feeling good. Got that nice little victory in just before this whole Corona thing went down or whatnot. What are you thinking about what's going on with any word on when you were like... well, I guess with this everything going on, I kind of. How you feeling, man? 2-0 in the UFC now. What do you?
About this island, you know.
Yeah. Hey, 2-0 in the UFC now, brother.
Yeah, 2-0.
How's it feeling? What's the goals? You asked for Alex Hernandez, right? Next.
Yeah. I asked for Alex, but he's fighting Islam whenever that's scheduled now.
Yeah.
But so I'll get someone before him, then I'll fight the winner of that fight. So that'd be me, bro. So I'm looking
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, man.
I like to fight Islam. He's a douchebag, but either or will be good, man. Either or is a good tick on the resume. And then they reckon that they're going to keep going ahead of all these shows on the island. You know, he's going to keep having fights weekly or some shit. But I don't know. It's all smoke until the first fight actually happens. You know.
Yeah, for sure. But we just got the breaking news yesterday. Dana White said that he's gonna be doing shows. He's gonna have a fight island. Dana White's fight island. Yo, that should be dope if you did it on Epstein's island.
Yeah, we'll see, bro. We've got to see if it actually happens. You know, like.
Do you think it's a little bit like? Do you think this might be a little bit too soon? Like just trying to keep the people happy and like week by week on what they say because of how things are changing so fast.
Yeah, man, I think as much as I want to fight, like everyone knows I like having a fight, and I want to fight as soon as I can, but fucking bigger things to take care of at the moment. You know, like the fucking world, or one of them.
Exactly, man. So right now we got this thing where kind of everybody's in this. The world is literally in a fight against coronavirus right now. You know, so that's a good mentality to have. You know.
People say it's a good distraction to have stuff like this, but I don't reckon it is. I reckon that's exactly what it is. It's not a good distraction. It's a distraction from what needs to take place, like isolation, attacking this virus. Like put your money in the right places if you have it.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe like
Not really a time to think about self-interest, is it? Like your own personal thing. It's like you gotta think collectively here, as the whole world's getting fucked by this thing.
Yeah, I don't even know how the flights would work for that. You know, like was everybody just gonna live on this island together, and you guys are just all the fighters will be quarantined in like an Ultimate Fighter type house?
I've heard that you need a visa or something to get there, and if your coaches don't have a visa, you just corner yourself or something like that. But that's nothing different for me. I've cornered myself before.
So you've spent some time in China, yo. A big lot of your career it was kickboxing and MMA. We've had a few China trips together, man. You don't miss those days, huh?
Good trips to a terrible place, eh?
Hey, good trips to a terrible place. What a coincidence that the coronavirus is coming out of there, you know? Have you ever been to that Hubei province or Wuhan? Have you ever been to those areas?
Wuhan. Nah, I've never been there.
Nah.
Thank God for that, bro.
Hey, when was the first time you went to China?
Be 2011-ish, 2012, something like that. I went over there with some guys from New Zealand. We had a fight in Guangzhou. I fought the monk.
You fought the famous Chinese monk. So guys, have you ever seen the video of the Chinese monk that puts his hands down and takes all these shots? Our boy Bradley. That was your debut fight in China?
Nah. So I fought him here at home first. That was the one that was all the crazy punches. Then I rematched him in China, probably like 5 weeks later, something like that. Real soon.
Oh wow!
Oh, I didn't realize it was so close. It was like you rematched them pretty much immediately.
Damn.
Yeah, if you beat them, bro, they get you to back it up. Like rematch straight away.
Yeah, they want to get that one back right away. It's always like that was their golden boy. Hey, how old are you when you first went to China for the first time to fight?
Ooh, 20.
20 years old, and you went to go fight kickboxing?
Yeah, I fought kickboxing there, but until like 2000. Fuck, until I went with you.
Yeah. So you spent a lot of your career, and then, man, so you fought in China so much, you kind of became on Team China, right? So when foreigners usually go to China, they're on the blue corner. And then
I had a contract with the Chinese.
And then you ended up signing a contract with the Chinese promotions. Hey, and you spent some time out there. You were living out there once. I heard you had an interesting story, dog, when we were talking about with Woody, where you were fighting. Like literally, how often were you fighting when you were living on that team with the team over there with the Chinese team?
Oh, you'd fight at least once a month. I had my mate Bloods there. He lived there for like 2 years. One of my mates lived there for like 2 years, maybe longer. It was crazy. Israel was there after me. He was fighting like all the time, bro, like a couple of times a month. It's a good place to rack up a resume.
Yeah.
Get heaps of good.
And you fight all different styles?
Yeah, fight all these like wushu, stand-up, come across some like foreigners. It's pretty mean, bro. But it sucks. Where you live sucks. Food sucks. It was like a prisoner of war camp, bro. But whatever, it was for the greater good, eh?
Hey, I remember when I got that
out there and came to Thailand.
Yeah, so how did you leave? So you had to like leave in the middle of the night? You didn't tell nobody, or there's a pretty crazy story, yo.
Nah.
How did you get out of there? What made you decide you're like, it's time to go?
I got a cab at night to the train station and bought a ticket. Oh, maybe my mate bought me the ticket. I think my mate bought me the ticket from the gym, and I just like went there, got on this train, bro, and this train was like 19 or 20 hours across mainland China in a wooden seat, like just sat upright in the wooden seat. Didn't know you could buy a bed.
Yeah.
And I just sat on this wooden shitty seat, bro, for 20 hours. But whenever you go to take a shit, which was just a hole in a room and a floor that was just on the train track, shit on the track as the train's going. Every time I'd come back, some motherfucker would be in my chair and they'd just try to steal it because it was like standing, sitting, or lying down.
Yeah.
And all these standing little fuckers would grab your chair. I'd come back and I'd pick the same dude out every single time, man. And then this guy was just, we're sat in like a bench style thing, like you would at a restaurant, like 4 seats all facing each other. And I just spit on the ground, like down by your feet, and bro, 20 hours of that bullshit. And then I got to Guangzhou, just wrecked, went to KFC, bro, and then I got lost in this other bus station, man, and I caught like a bus to the airport, and then, bro, and I flew to Thailand and moved into Wood.
Oh, man, so you flew straight into Thailand from, you flew, hey, what'd you say, who did you meet in Thailand?
Big Wood, bro. I moved in with Woody.
Yeah, I remember this story. Yo, Woody said the same story on the podcast. That's epic. So I never put the two together because I remember when me and you were in China, you were telling me the one time that you had to bail out of there in the middle of the night. And I didn't realize that Wood was the one that you went to go meet up with. And then Woody was just telling the story again, too, in the podcast. That's awesome, dog. Yeah. So you got out of there, man. You made it out alive. Clean slate. You must have felt like a free man when you got into that. When you got into Thailand, they give you that stamp on your passport and you get through the doors. How good did it feel?
It was the best feeling. I went to Bangkok first, actually. I just arrived in Bangkok at like midnight and just got a cab to Sukhumvit.
Yeah.
And just went into the nearest backpackers, bro. Just paid and just slept hugging my bag, because I was panicking that like one of these other random cunts in the room were gonna steal my shit. So I went to bed just hugging my bag. Yeah.
Oh, when you got like your whole life in that bag because you're just traveling from China, so everything.
I had my life in that thing.
Yes. Oh, that's super sketchy. I hate that, bro. When you travel to fight and stuff like that, and you get paid, and you're like in these dodgy ass hotels and places, and you got your fight purse on you for like a day and a half traveling.
I was on a 20-year-old traveling budget.
Yeah, super sketch. There's no room for error there, you know. Oh man. Hey, but there's no invasion of space in China, right? Like personal space is non-existent when there's a billion people in the country.
Doesn't exist.
So the 20-hour train to China must have been like stacked up, dog.
Bro, people need to experience that. It was the worst time of my life. And then I went on a bullet train. Years later, I got on a bullet train and I was like, fuck, man, I got on the wrong train. Hey, that bullet train was like an airplane.
Yo, I've never been on the bullet train. That thing can cut through a lot. It covers a lot of distance fast, huh?
It goes hundreds of miles an hour, and it goes so fast, bro. You don't even feel you're moving. You're just going crazy. You're in like a seat that reclines nearly to the line down.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Hey, yo, so what's it called? Hey, training in China. What's good about I guess fighting in China for a long time and you fought a lot of like these Eastern European guys. You fought Kazakhstan guys and wrestlers, and your MMA coming up in MMA fighting in the Chinese promotion too, right? So it's good. Like it was a good little introduction to the grapplers of MMA for you before you get into the big show, you know?
Yeah, it was good, man. I fought some pretty hard dudes there. Got like jumped in the deep end a bit, but it was good, man. I beat them.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people don't know that you got to win over our fellow friend Keenan Song. You fought him in the undercard in China back in the day, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys were trained together, and then you end up fighting like 2 weeks later, Asia style. Yeah. So
fought him in a different weight class. I fought him at welterweight.
Yeah. So now you're making that 70, so you ain't got to worry about that all that. Before
and
that was like
and then he fought on New Zealand with me.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. You guys fought each other, and then you're on the same card in the UFC. Like 5 years later. That's maybe not even, like 3 years later, man.
He's trying to come to City Kickboxing. He wants to come live and train there.
Well, that's good, man. You guys don't have a... My owl. Sorry, Krop. Cannot.
No way. My D, bro. My D.
Hey, so, all right, so you're out there in China or whatever, and then you get to... so you get to Phuket. What's it called? And how long you been training? How much time did you spend training at Tiger?
Shit. I stayed there straight for like 4 years, but would have been like 6 back and forth, but 4 solid when I was like training and teaching and stuff. And the glory days, eh?
Yeah, the glory days, man. The glory days when Chalong, when the reggae bar was still the reggae bar. Woody had the fresh belt. Remember Woody
when there weren't pieces of shit all over the island, eh?
Yeah. It was a little bit cleaner, but maybe now with the doors cracked down, a lot of people are leaving soon, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but
yeah, keeping the fuck up.
Yo, so training A. So in your last fight, you fought Mustafaf Magamogomo, made it. Right?
Magomed Mustafayev.
My man. Hey, so getting ready for this, did you feel like, all right, so training, all right, fighting in China, fighting a lot against these wrestlers in the MMA, and then all your different kickboxing fights, fighting all these different people, do you think it felt like it gave you a lot of preparation going into this one, like going in for this bout, like for your second UFC
man,
bout?
I was sweet. I knew you were here for the end of it. I was into my camp. I was sweet, but like I knew I was gonna beat this guy. It was just me wanting to show everybody that these dudes are just fucking human, you know, like these Dagestanis. Everyone's just scared of them because of Khabib, but not Khabib. Even Khabib, yeah, he's good, but these dudes are beatable. You just gotta go in there with the fight mentality. Half the dudes that go in there to fight Khabib have already lost before they get in there. The balls are shriveled up. That's why Ferguson will probably do pretty well because he's legit. In his head, he thinks he's better. You can always tell when you like face off with somebody before a fight if they legitimately think they can beat you or if they're just bluffing.
Yeah, when you fight, then there's no more bluffing, man. Yeah, that's very true, bro. Hey, so it's the third round. You're sprawled out. This guy's trying to take you down, and you get the whole crowd rowdy. I was there live, dog. He's what are you thinking, dog? Did you look at the time? It's been like, what, a minute and a half left? You knew this guy is, like, exhausted underneath you. He can't take you down. You're on top of him, throwing those elbows, and he just gave it to you had to give the people what they wanted, dog. Oh, bro, when he did that, I got goosebumps in my freaking in my arms thinking about that when that happened, man. What a night, huh? How'd it feel, man, closing out the show like that? In the third round, man, finishing strong in front of your hometown people.
Yeah. Loved it, bro. Well, it was a unique experience. Good to happen again sooner. Hopefully they bring it back next year. Hopefully they will after that. They were real stoked with the performances and they love the crowd and stuff like that. But I think we're coming back more often. Instead of 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yo, I heard Sean Selby tell somebody that it's the most loudest crowd he's ever been to, one of the most rowdiest crowds he's ever been to live. You know, so...
Yeah, bro. Us in the art, man.
Yeah, and the Spark Arena it's something special, too. There's a good energy in that arena, man. It was a blast watching all the fights. Good seats everywhere. You know, great energy. Yeah, that was rowdy, bro. And I'm pretty sure we started that Quake. That was us, dog. We got you. Oh man, that was sick. And then shit, I'm blanking out now. Yo, but what were you gonna what was I gonna say? Sorry. Anyways.
How about the comment from that guy when you were on Alex's podcast? He's like,
yeah, seriously.
That guy looks like he's on crack and meth at the same time.
Accurate.
Hey, he pretty much nailed it, huh?
Accurate, eh? He nailed it.
Oh man.
He got all that from one facial.
Yeah. Yo, I wonder if he was watching or if he just got that from the screenshot, you know? If he just
Nah, man, he just got that from the screenshot, for sure. I see on Alex's Instagram back in the day, you trying to clean your cut with alcohol.
Oh my God, yeah, man. That's when I crashed. Yo, you've had your Phuket blues, right? On the motorbike, you know what it's like. It happens to the best of us.
I haven't crashed, but I've been hurt.
Yeah, you've had a little bit of road rash. Yo, if you guys ever crash your motorbike in Thailand, or you ever get road rash, don't put burning alcohol to clean the wound. Don't put rubbing alcohol to clean the wound. It sanitizes, but it kills you. Just use saline. That's what the doctors at the hospital said, like 2 weeks later. Yeah, shit. Oh my God, burns like fuck. That was terrible, man.
I don't know how you crash though. The pace you drive.
Yeah, seriously, right?
Yo, but
it's a snail. This guy drives like a snail.
I know, dog. That's the thing. I drive mad slow, yo. And then I don't understand how that happened, dog. So what happened was
slow motion accidents all day with this guy.
But that's why I can always walk away. You know what I'm saying?
True.
If I drove fast, it would be way worse, dog. So I always drive slow enough that I can just shoulder roll out of it, and I'll be all right, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, every time I drive past, I used to scream to give you a fright.
Oh my God! But I'll be driving so slow. No, the worst is when you do your little trick, dog. Hey,
Yeah, oh my
hey, when
God.
we're
Brad
driving
is
in
the
Phuket.
worst with this.
So listen, if you guys are driving motorbikes with Brad in Phuket, dog, or anywhere in the world, you ain't safe, all right?
No.
Actually, I got 2 stories if you ain't ever safe with Brad Riddell when you're out with my mans here, okay? We were in Phuket Town, and I had my shitty red bike that would like take like an hour to start, and like once I got it started, it was like, all right, you have to tread lightly, you know. I had to rev it up real slowly. Yo, this guy Brad rolled up to a red light and just took my key off and put it on the ground, and it took me like an hour to start it back up. I'm holding up traffic like, and the cars are honking. Everybody's got to go around me.
Brad started that trend.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck, it's a good one, though.
It is. One time, I think, was it you who like grabbed it from someone, and I think you threw it, and it almost fell into one of the sewer holes there.
Yeah. I think I did that to Woody, eh? I did that to Woody. Mate, Woody's been the butt of my joke for years, eh? Poor guy.
Hey, what does Wood love more, alcohol or water? It's like a tough call between the two because he only lives on both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or grass on the field.
Yeah. Because he can drink.
I
I don't think he can drink as much beer as he can drink. I don't think he can drink as much water. What's up? Sorry?
If he doesn't have his coffee when he wakes up, though, he's a big heap of shit, too.
Hey, he's looking good right now. Hey, quarantine's been doing Wood well. I saw him the other day. He's looking. Yeah. He's strong.
He's getting lean, eh? He's leaning up, checking up.
Yeah. He's training every.
2.0.
He's training every day, twice a day, hard, yo. He's doing his thing, man.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, what are you able to do in this quarantine? Are you able to train a little bit?
Yeah. I can train, but I'm sweet. Got like my garage on my weights, got some pads. Got my mate that comes around and holds pads, and I wrestle with him. He's part of our Bible. So it's good, but I'm pretty sweet, actually, to be honest. Like, I go for a run some mornings. I got my walk bike. I'm mixing up, man. I'm busy.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always, in knowing you for all these years, one thing I've always really noticed and respected about you was your discipline. Was just, no matter what, early in the morning, going out, doing what you got to do, no matter how you feel. And in the last couple of years, and you really showcased in the last fight, your grappling has been going through the roof, bro. Ever since since the first time I rolled with you, and then your last UFC fight, bro, like it's crazy how much you've improved, man. Kudos. What like if you can kind of go through how a little bit of the learning process, how you've kind of put it together in the last couple of years.
It's just time, bro, and obviously dedication. Like you got to put out. If you're not good at something, instead of kind of like mask that by being good at something else, like if you're a really good striker, just suck at grappling instead of kind of hide that shitty grappling with amazing striking. Just dive into the grappling world, bro, and just try and make yourself like a master there. You know what I mean? Like I just put in a shitload of work at our gym with guys that could grapple well. Like we all started okay at grappling. Like none of us were like spectacular or particularly good, but we just do that much of it. Like every single day we go live with grappling in some form or another. So that's all I did, bro. Was just put time, effort, and dedication to it, and now I can grapple with some of the best guys in the UFC. So it's all good.
That's awesome, man.
Paid off.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's one of the things we noticed that that you don't see very often, is that you really immerse yourself in the martial art, in all of the martial arts, and not just one aspect. You know, like you come from a kickboxing base, and you're a striker. You've been striking since you're a young kid, but people don't know that you love to wrestle just as much as you like to strike. That you'll wrestle with Frank as many days a week as you're hitting pads and sparring and doing the work. You know.
Oh yeah, but I love grappling. I like striking, but I like striking in the fight and stuff like that. I like sparring, striking, but I prefer like grappling live, the hitting pads and stuff like that. I really enjoy wrestling.
Yeah.
I really enjoy like jiu-jitsu. Not so much the guys that just flop around their back and do all that rubber guard shit, but I like a good wrestle grapple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you like grappling, getting the guy down, passing guard, holding, half guard, top game, Kimuras.
I like good scrambles, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, you like the work in grappling, right? That's what I think you appreciate that as a martial artist. You know, you understand that like a lot of times the hustle bustle can get you far in grappling. That's why I've always liked wrestling. You know, because a lot of times it's a lot of tenacity and just like willpower. You know, grinding.
If you can get pretty far if you got no give up. If you got no quit. You know?
Yes.
You got a lot of go. a lot of tenacity. You can do all right in grappling. You don't have to be the most technical, but if you're willing to put your head down and grind, yeah, get far.
Yeah, man, and you know there's a special quality in being an athlete already at a high level that's willing to take the. It's, you know what it is too with grappling. Sorry, JP.
Okay.
You got to take the L's, right? Like that's the thing. It sucks getting submitted in the beginning, but you got to take those L's. But I noticed the guys at the top of the level, they're not scared to take the L's in the training because that's what elevates them in the fight.
Yeah,
and then,
man.
You know.
100%. I got submitted in my garage just a couple of days before the quarantine by one of my mates.
Yeah, but it's the ability to be submitted. You know what I'm saying? That levels you up for the next time. Because all those taps in the gym that are going on, all those times that you're losing in the gym, those are all points in the scrap when the pressure's on. Right? It's crazy, man, how that works.
100%.
Yeah. Because like, you can train really hard, but not put yourself in vulnerable situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know Eugene does a good job at that.
Being uncomfortable.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's been the trend that I've noticed with all of our great athletes that are friends. You know, everybody has the same theme. You know, they're comfortable and being uncomfortable. You know, I think that's also something that you guys get a lot from Eugene over at City Kickboxing, right?
Oh, you should do something every day that makes you uncomfortable. If you're an athlete, when you're training every day, it should make you uncomfortable. To train and be like, oh yeah, you went through the motions, did a bit of work. You gotta cause yourself pain.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta do something that sucks every day. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Sharpen that knife.
Sharp.
This morning I tried to sprint 6K as fast as I could. Fuck, it sucked.
Yeah, I did. Hey, you know, the other day I did that. The other day I was like, I wasn't feeling too hot, and I was like, I need to do something. I just put my shoes on. I just left my phone at home, and I was like, I'm just gonna run as many hills for as far as I can. I just tried to run for like an hour straight. Just came back exhausted. You know, stopped every random like 2 minutes in my head. Did 50 squats. Just made everything hard. You know, and then just get that heart rate up. Yeah. It's something about like getting away all the demons in your head after like a hard session. You know what I'm saying? If you don't train, I realize that like my head's not in a good spot, you know. And then it's because you feel like all that shit in your ears starts getting pent up, you know. And then Emilo starts becoming Amalapinga.
It's training away the fucks.
Yeah. How do you say that?
Training the fucks away. Just not giving a fuck anymore. Just training that away.
Yeah, so by the time you get out of the gym, you're too fucked till you care about anything, dog. You know, you're too worried about defending your life from chokes and from freaking all these guys trying to kick your head off that you ain't got time to be worried about.
You're just in it. You're just in the zone.
It kind of minimizes things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hey, so Brad, did you have any plans just before all this? You were just getting ready? Any talks or anything like that?
Yeah, I was planning on fighting in Perth, and then we got told that I was fighting in America, so they're going to take me over to America. So that's cool. First fight, go to the States, make a statement. I was looking forward to it. Now we got this, so that's all good. That's just a bit of a bump in the road. And maybe I'll fight on this island, or I'll fight wherever they ask me to fight, really. I was going to go have a crack at another guy that's higher ranked than me. Make my way to that belt, man.
Yeah, I want to see you get a top 15, you know, slowly make that title run this year, you know. Would have liked to see that get a little bit closer in 2020, but 2021 is good enough, you know. That's all right. You can be it'll be your UFC career will be AC and BC before Corona and after Corona. You know what I'm saying? But after Corona, these fools better have enjoyed the lightweight division better have enjoyed the before Corona era, because the after Corona era, them lightweights are in trouble, son.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
2021, bro. It's gonna be very, very close to that belt.
Yeah, man. Hey, how long? When did you get the niche to start fighting MMA and grappling and like from kickboxing to transition? Because when I met you, you were pretty straight kickboxing. You were still fighting. You were getting ready for John Wayne Parr, right? In the Muay Thai in the cage.
Yeah. So I did like a little bit of grappling here and there when I was with you guys. Not so much, but you know, like dipped my toes in when I felt like it. But when I moved home, Eugene like slowly tried to get me into it every day. And eventually got there, and I used to turn up to some and then some days I wouldn't turn up to like grappling. And eventually I went enough that I had no choice, but I had to go. Like stop going after I get punished. It just became like the progression. You know, the progression. Kickboxing was dying. in my opinion, it pretty much did.
Yeah, man, it's kind of crazy, right?
Glory's dried up, China's, and that shit's dried up, like nearly gone, which is sad. But that was something that I guess Eugene foresaw. So now we are where we are in the MMA world. They're an MMA fighter.
How do you compare kickboxing to MMA and to Muay Thai? Which one's?
Muay Thai was hard, bro. Muay Thai was like physically hard, like the clinching and that shit was hard. If you got a good opponent, those 5-3s, you could really do some damage to each other. Man, kickboxing was hard as well. 3-3s was kind of hard, but like mentally, it was mentally taxing because you had to think so fast and to think on the fly. You had to be really good at it because you only had 9 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So you had to be good at capitalizing quickly. But like 5-3s of kickboxing, that shit was hard because there's no escape, man.
Wow.
You know, like as soon as you end up in the clinch, the ref breaks it, start fighting again. The only way out is an 8 count, or take a knee. Like you never want to do, so you just went balls to the wall, man.
Oh wow. Hey, so have you done?
You can find some safety in MMA. You know, if you're strong, you can grab hold and stall for a bit, or get a big cage, scoot around. Yeah, and I've obviously had hard fight in MMA, but yeah, kickboxing is hard too.
Yo, I always say that. I always tell my friends that I always feel like I've never fought without that second option. You know what I'm saying? So it's always like that's the good thing about MMA, right? Like, yeah, if you get, and same thing with Muay Thai, I'm sure compared to like a 5-round kickboxing fight, you know, or like in MMA, you can slow the fight down with an over/under, put them against the fence if you get rocked or something, or if you're, you know, you get kneed real bad in the body.
Do or die, bro. And stand up fighting is do or die.
Yeah, and there's no second option, you know, and then unless you take a knee, and that's the worst thing. And you fought 5 rounds kickboxing before? Yeah, heaps of times. Wow, man. And yo, we had that. The kickboxing pace is something totally different. Did you start kickboxing to Muay Thai, or did you do?
Nah, Muay Thai. I think kickboxing.
You did Muay Thai before kickboxing?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you realized that the pace was starting to switch up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, well, like kickboxing was pretty big in China. I still bounced too. Like I still fought Muay Thai whenever it popped up. Mostly in Australia was with Muay Thai. I just fight whatever the promoter rang and asked me to fight. Like I didn't see my too. Just like slight adjustments during your camp and stuff. So I was excited.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Yo, I remember the first time I saw kickboxing fight. I've seen a few in the crowd, but the first time I saw kickboxing live and my face was cornering you in China when we went with the Big Wood and Adam, you know. That was but watching that pace was crazy, man. You know, like seeing the back and forth, boom, bam, bam. I was just like, I remember just watching. I'm just in the corner, like, oh. It was totally different than any like Muay Thai fight I've gone to see the lads at in like Raw Wire or something where they're very, you know what I mean? It was just like boom, bang, and the punches are like no joke, dog. Woof. And you ended up fighting that 4th round. Remember that shit? Woo.
Yeah, got dragged to the 4th, went deep.
Yeah, man. Did you?
4th round with Tester, man. Hey.
Oh my gosh. Did you know? Have you fought in the 4th round before? Like in overtime? Yeah, a few times in China, huh?
I did an 8-man once. I did an 8-man tournament. And I did an extra round in every single fight that night.
Whoa, man. Yo, that was gonna be. Go ahead.
So I did 12.
Hey, that was gonna be my second question, yo. Have you ever fought twice in one night? You fought an 8-man? You had 3 fights in one night?
Yeah, I fought 3 8-mans.
You fought in 3 8-mans?
3 4-mans.
Oh my God! Kickboxing, Muay Thai, or?
Well, 2 of the 8-mans were Muay Thai, and 1 4-man was. 2 4-mans to Muay Thai, and all the rest was kickboxing.
Wow, man. Crazy. That's crazy, yo. How do you like fighting 2 times? Like, all right, how's the second time compared to the 3rd time?
4-man's not too bad. Fighting twice and not that bad.
Yeah.
Fighting 3 times a night, that can get a little bit quickly. That can be hard.
So you
that
fought.
Takes some mental fortitude.
Damn. So was the 8-man 2 rounders, and then the 3rd round was a decision round. 3 rounds and a fourth round?
8 man's three threes and an extra round.
So you had 3 4 rounds in a row.
3 I had 3 fights.
Yo, you got
Yeah,
12
extra
rounds of
every
kickboxing
fight.
inside of your body right now, as we're speaking, in one night.
One night. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy, dog. Hey, how did that day feel when you got? Where was this at? Was it in China or was it back home?
Nah, I was here.
Oh
I was
man,
younger.
where were you staying at? In a
It was
hotel,
hard.
or were you staying in the crib?
Nah, I was at home, bro. Chilled at home. I used to live around the corner from the stadium. I was sore the next day.
Oh, how'd you feel the next day? You're all right, or just like
Sore.
sore?
Oh.
Sore, bro.
Yo, have you ever
That one was Muay Thai too.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, your body must have been
Yeah.
fucked
Like
for like a week, huh?
only like a 3-second flint.
Yeah. Oh, so 3 seconds, so you could throw some shit in there.
So it was like kickboxing with the elbows, bro. It was gnarly.
Oh wow, man. Hey, where were you training at back then? Was that under City Kickboxing or was that in Christchurch?
Nah, Liga. I was at a gym called Liga.
Oh, nice. You know what's funny? I thought your name was Quake because you hit hard, and when you hit motherfuckers, you earthquake. Rah! But then I realized that it's because you're from Christchurch, and it's like where a lot of earthquakes were from, huh?
Yeah,
From Quake City.
yeah, like. I guess they both apply.
Yeah. Hey, they both fit the description good. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Damn, dog, that's crazy. So you fought 12 rounds in one night. You did basically a boxing match with elbows and kicks. Just the whole body,
Yeah.
man. That's crazy, dog. I did 5 rounds once, and I broke out in fever like 3 days later because like of some, you know what I mean? Like,
I was there.
yeah. So that one was terrible because we had to grind dog it on the boxing ring in our knees for 25
Yo.
minutes, dog.
That was a hard fight, eh?
That fight sucked.
Man, it was a hard fight. I got my $100 next day, eh?
It was the hardest $800 I ever made in my life, dog.
I remember I was in the corner and I was thinking, "Fuck, this is a hard fight, man."
Yo, we were like all over the ropes, and I thought it was gonna be over.
They matched you with some killer too, eh?
What's up?
They matched you with some killer, eh?
Yeah, he looked like he wasn't supposed to be, you know. So maybe I was just off that night. I slipped in a sore in Singapore, dog, in the rain, and I broke my like big toe like a couple weeks before. So my camp was just kind of like pads and jiu-jitsu for that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then suck, yeah, bro. We had that guy in the submission in the first round, and like we got into the ropes, and then forget about it. After that, I had no legs.
And then you had another war at Full Metal Dojo that time.
Oh,
Yeah,
yo,
that was right before that one.
When you had like 8 corners.
that was yo, that was one of that is the straight
I
up.
missed those strips of Bangkok so bad, eh?
Hey, we got some good
Yo, the
stories,
distance
man.
to
Dog, you were with me. Yo, we were together. Yo, we've been raped in Manila twice together.
Yeah.
And then you almost killed somebody in PXC. Yo, we went. Yo, Brad cornered me in PXC, JP, and then there was these guys like talking crap, like talking mad shit in the stands. And I went to go take a piss, and Bradley almost killed somebody while I was taking a piss in the Philippines, in Manila, after my fight.
But these guys are the worst, eh?
What were they saying, dog? I just came back, and Brad was in.
Oh, they were like, the Filipinos were fighting, and they're like, "Oh, Filipinos are weak. The race is weak, and all this shit." And I was like, "Hey, shut the fuck up!"
Yeah.
And then they turned around, and one of them like got lippy to me, and I started yelling at him. He was like, "Oh God, calm down." And I was relaxed because I knew Emilio was eventually going to walk away, and then he went to go take a pistol, and I just launched over the seat. And I was grabbing me, trying to like break it up, and Emilio came back and was like, "Oh, fuck.
Oh shit!
What happened?" And I was like, I had a crack at him when he was gone, eh?
Oh my gosh, dog. Chairs are freaking. Yeah, it had like the space. Oh my god. Yo, but then, but it all went full circle, man. And then in China, dog, we had the two. You had the fat fit guy. That's when I learned the toilet paper rule in China, dog. People don't know that in China the toilet bowls are not like it's like a hole in the floor.
Nah.
And they have a little place to put your
You gotta
feet.
take emergency toilet paper.
Yeah, and you gotta take
all these people panicking about toilet paper in Corona, eh? We already know about that in China. We're pre-growing until the paper.
Yo, I got a video of us. I'm like, we're like backstage of the show, and I was like, yo, this is for the rookies out there. Always bring toilet paper to the venue. You always gotta bring from the hotel. Whenever you're fighting in China, you gotta bring you gotta bring toilet paper from the hotel to the venue.
Man, one time I forgot it, so I just sacrificed half my hand wrap, like the bandage, and just used the bandage to wipe my ass.
That's one for the IG clips, lads.
I was like, oh well,
lads.
I just had less packing on my knuckles.
Yeah. Hey, and then you can. Oh, I was gonna say you put in MMA that would be super effective because like if you're like an over under on the fence and you just palm him on his face and you got like some doo doo in your knuckles.
Like a doo-doo pie.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, that's when I took a shit.
Man, I've gone to take like a piss before fights in China, and then the dude and just hotbox in the bathroom with a cigarette. They like come out like.
Yeah. Yo, I remember when my coach told me like you know when you're about to compete you have to pee like all the time, right? That's why I hate putting on my cup so early before you fight, you know, because you put your cup on too early, then you always gotta pee. That's what I hate about the Thai cups when you do the Thai ones, right?
Yeah.
Hey, in UFC, do you wear a metal Thai cup or you just put your plug-in plastic whatever?
Nah, I just wear a steel one of those diamond MMA ones.
Oh, okay, and but doesn't tie, right? You just slide it in.
Nah, they're like slots in there, bro, but it's all good. It's comfortable.
Yeah. I had that Jocko. I had the Jocko one for years. Yo, remember Jocko, that company? They had a dope ass cup. It was like $100, but it was nice. I used it for a lot. I wonder what happened to that. But yo, the tie cups is dope, but I don't know how to tie it yet. And then a lot of times you're corner and people don't know how to tie it. You know what I'm saying? Last time I had
gives you a good wedge,
yeah.
Still wears one, right?
Yeah, and then the ties give you a wedgie, and then after the fight, you can't take it off, dog. You're just like, give me the scissors. I'm just gonna cut this thing off, yo.
No. Fuck, my dog just farted, but thanks.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, so anyways, dog. Do you believe in aliens? Because I don't want to take up too much of your time, big dog. But we're having a good chat right now. But we gotta cover the bases. Do you believe in aliens or what, dog?
Yeah, well, we're here.
I think we're the aliens.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Because what about ants?
I worry about when I meet one.
Yeah. You're talking to one right now, dog. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I've met one. I'm talking to you, right?
Yeah. We got a podcasting with one right now, dog. So you got first-hand experience, yo. But, hey, all right, and before we finish off, what advice? Because I know you got a lot of fans. We got a lot of people from all over the all over the globe that are trained with us, man. What advice do you want to give any up and coming fighters or athletes that want to that really want to give it all, and something beyond just the words, right? Because everybody says, hey, they want to be a pro fighter, but it's like, what do you have to anybody that if they really want to do it? Like, what's one thing to take with them?
You gotta put in the time first. You gotta put in time first, but not in martial arts. So you've gotta get up. You gotta work on a job all day, full time. You gotta get up at 4:30, 5 in the morning, train. Go to work all day. Not want to go to train at night. Have to go to train at night again. Go to sleep tired. Wake up, do the same thing. Like experience that grind and that mental fatigue and stress of that life. Then go try to be a professional fighter on fuck all money and experience that hardship, and then make it. And then that'll make you a mental monster, physical monster. And it'll make you a professional fighter with proper work ethic.
That is really good advice, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Because I know exactly what you're saying, dog. Because this is like the old school route. Exactly. So,
mate, the new generation of fighters pisses me off because they expect to get sponsored and go train full time and get sent to all these countries, experience lavish lifestyle. They don't want to do anything painful before they get there. They've never experienced the uncomfortable, the pain or the uncomfortableness of living on no money or having to work all the time. Question if it's really worth it. Yeah.
Yes, because
picture from where we in New Zealand, where we came from, like kind of not like a hard country or anything, but the sport didn't exist. Like, no one gave a shit about the sport here. They still really don't. Not until Israel became what he was, and we finally got the UFC. But up until then, bro, like, you fought everybody in the local circuit, and that was the end of it. You had to take your ass overseas with your own money because nobody was willing to help you, because no one cared about fighting. They only cared about rugby. Whereas, like, in America, a lot more possible to do it there because, you know, social media, sponsors are a lot more open to stuff. But,
No, but that's really true, man. So yeah, I want to touch on it a little bit more because a lot of like, so what you're saying is it's important to be able to make sure you really love it, because it's one thing like don't fucking quit your job or like save $10,000 and go train at some gym every day for 3 days like you're some professional fighter in the first month of training, right? No. You're not a professional fighter.
Right.
So work a shitty ass job and make sure that you love to train so much that after a 12-hour shift, you still. Those are my favorite people at the gym, the weekend warriors, bro. The guys that work every day, but they're your best training partners. They go hard in the paint and they're in the trenches with you. Those are the athletes that I really admire. That's what I love about home gyms, you know, because you get a lot of guys that are like. One of my favorite guys in my home gym. Yeah, we call him the Godfather. Shout out to my boy Christian. He's a big fan of the podcast, yo. But my man's pushing. He's in his mid-40s right now, and he had 2 kids. And before, he was like 35, 36. He was a department head of Home Depot, this massive company. He had like over 250 employees, and he was the hardest worker in the room. I would see him break UFC fighters that would come in to train in our gym. You know what I'm saying? Because of his work ethic.
You look at Volker, man.
Because he understood work ethic.
Did. Like, that guy used to lay concrete.
Yes.
All day.
Exactly. That's what I was. I asked him the same thing.
He used to wake up, look after his kids, train, go lay concrete all day, train again, and then go to sleep and do that shit all the time. And then had to move back in with his mom, like when he was chasing the dream, because like it was, you know, money was getting harder. Like that guy's he's a monster. Mm-hmm. Now look for it, and like his gym's awesome, but he has people. People that he had to train with, they were working all the time too. Sometimes they wouldn't, you know, be able to get there for, you know, different reasons or whatnot. So he'd have some people to train with. The smaller town down in south of Sydney, like, man, that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, he went back. People don't know this. Volk won the scholarships, was fighting, was winning all these fights, was winning all these titles, not getting the call, had to go back and work concrete, right? Like. People don't even know that he had to do that just before just before all this. They only see they see your hand getting raised up, but they don't know the sacrifice. And that's I'm
pretty sure during the UFC he's still
yeah. A lot of UFC fighters still hold jobs now, so it's true, man. It's like he's out here selling houses, man. You know, like that's the thing, bro. That's what I really. That was awesome. That was a great piece of advice, man. You got to learn how to train when it sucks, and then to be able to enjoy the fruits of it. You know, because you don't even know if you really love it.
This time's gonna discover those people. Just like a little bit of. I'm not even gonna say hardship. It's not even fucking hard. We're just chilling at home, and everyone can train in some sort of way. Like, so this time, you're gonna find out who the people are that really want to do the sport, that really want to train. And when we get back to the gym, I'm gonna find those.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And like, there's people.
Pretty hard sessions.
Yeah, like look at Stipe Miocic, yo. He's fighting in the UFC right now, and you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to save the goddamn country, bro. That's what he's doing. He's out here. They're asking him about a title fight with Danny Cormier. He's like, yo. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, my primary concern is saving my people, yo. And he still's a fireman. And he gets shit from all the boys.
He's a man.
What's up?
He's a fireman.
Yeah, and he's still out there like grinding with his team, with his fire crew, you know. Yeah, he's an unsung hero in the UFC, man. But that's great, bro. Yeah, those are my favorite people in the gym, and there's people all across the world like that. And I'm sure all the athletes like us have those guys in our side that they don't get the shine, but like they're the ones that are there in the trenches, man. That's what I really loved about all you guys over in NZ, man. I noticed that you guys, everybody's the same out there. You know, everybody's putting in the same work. So then I realized that the mindset is all the same, and then that goes into everything else, and that's why everybody's just such good people and like strong bond, you know. It's that work ethic, man. Yeah, it's beautiful, bro. Yeah, and a lot of what's good is too, you got to be a white belt and take the licks. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to be a student. You can't just come in and learn how to fight and prepare for a fight at the same time. You know.
Right, my first wrestling session was with Maybeck.
Yeah.
Ever.
Here you go.
That's
Not
tough.
fun.
Give this a try. Hey, oh, you want to
Not fun.
wrestle? Oh, you want to wrestle? Here you go.
I got pretzel.
He's like
I
Iron
got
Man.
hit by
Yeah,
the
you grab
world's
his.
hardest double leg.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, but
I got hit by
now,
the world's hardest double leg.
hey, but now he's your favorite training partner to wrestle with, the Tiger. So that's how the. That's,
Now he's one of my
yeah,
favorite
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
man.
You know, and you guys push each other and help each other rise, man. That's awesome. Yeah. So putting in the work, no matter what, making sure that you can live a normal life and still put in the 2 hours, 2 sessions, wake up at 5 in the morning. Yeah, 'cause- and you know something? Thing, a lot of people come to the gym, right? And they tell you, hey, I want to fight. And it's like, what do you mean you want to fight? Why don't you just sign up to the gym, take this shirt, you know what I'm saying? Go buy your first mouthpiece, YouTube how to wrap your hands, come in here early, warmed up, ready to go, and prove that you want to train. You know what I'm saying? Prove that you're teachable and coachable. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and like I'm sure or the you know what's big now? Like I remember like seeing like guys nowadays they're training jiu-jitsu and then they want to do a jiu-jitsu tournament, so they made a GoFundMe to go do the jiu-jitsu
Oh,
tournament.
yeah.
I've seen fucking
Oh,
I've seen
don't
these
even start me on that
pancakes.
one, bro.
I saw this one
We got
guy.
a guy at my gym that did that.
Oh, that's the worst, man. And it's like, yo, it's not even like, hey, guys, donate some money, and if I win, I'm going to dedicate my proceedings to cancer. It's like, nah, support my dream to be a world champion.
And
like,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Support your own. Hey, support your own.
Yeah,
dream.
you
Yeah,
fucking
seriously.
get the fuck out of here, bro. Go work get a fucking job, save money, and train after work
heard-
like everybody else. I remember when I
I've
saw
heard
this
some
guy was a
artists,
purple belt, and I was so mad. I seen some random purple belt saying, hey, support my dream to be a world champion. And JP was, at the time, was blue belt. I was so mad. I was like, yo, JP, dog, you should just make a GoFundMe. Why? I'm sure you want to be a champion,
Oh,
right?
dude, it's funny because around that time, I actually saw that guy at the same tournament like a month later, and I had paid my way, paid everything. I mean, I took a loss, but it's a jiu-jitsu tournament. I love it. I want to go to compete, and I saw this guy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with the whole donation thing, but it was like it irks you, you know? Like, what the? Who cares? Like, support yourself right now, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes some fighters, like some guys that just started at the gym and stuff, will ask you for pads, and he just looks at them and goes, "Have you had 7 fights yet?" And they're like, "What? No." And he's like, "See you later then."
Yeah. You got to go through the phases, you know?
Yeah.
You got to hold pads for each other at
There's
first.
the line. There's a very big line waiting for pads from that.
Yeah. Hey, that's a long line at CKB. If you're waiting on that one, you might be. Don't hold your breath.
It's like you're looking at like a 2-year waiting list. Hey.
Yo, you can become a black belt quicker than maybe if you stand in that line long
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You might as well go learn.
Hey, shout out to Avon's Butchery. Is Avon keeping you guys settled through the quarantine?
Yeah. They shut him down for a while,
Oh, shit,
but he's
man.
now he can do home delivery. It just started today, so he's back in there, busy man. That guy's he's a dude, bro.
Yeah.
Good
Shout
guy.
out to Avon Butchery, who took care of us when we were there, staying with your house. Hey, what's the first thing you ate? What did you put on the spewer? What did you put on the queue after your fight? After your big win? After your hometown victory? I had to get out of Dodge the next day.
I smoked a few racks of beef short ribs, bro.
Yeah, beef short ribs. In the smoker.
I'm gonna do a brisket this weekend.
Yeah, what brisket?
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke a brisket this weekend for 12 hours.
12 hours. Fuck. How long did you do the BB? How long did you do the ribs for? Like same thing, like a 12 hour?
8 hours. That 8 or 9.
Oof, and they just fall off, huh?
Fell off,
What time
bro.
you start?
Pull that
Like in the
bone out.
morning, or you start afternoon and eat late?
Bit of a tortilla, bit of cabbage, pickle,
Yeah.
beef, boom.
Yo, I remember we had that barbecue at your house before you. Oh, hey, we had that barbecue at your house. You know how to put together a mean barbecue, man. And that was awesome. After your
Yeah.
fight, hey, so you fought. People
I
don't know
love
this.
barbecue.
You fought in New Zealand, and then you weigh in. So when was your weigh-in? Friday morning, or Saturday?
Friday night.
Friday night at 7 p.m. You weigh in, right? Like dehydrated at like 2 in the afternoon, waiting till 7, cutting the weight, and then you don't fight till Sunday. So your fight was about 12:30. What? I think you were the first fight. Yours was like 12 on the dot. I
Yeah.
think.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Something like that. 1 o'clock I fought.
So what was that? 36 hours in between.
Huge fight.
Yeah.
It was 2 dinners and 2 breakfasts. That's what it was.
It's almost like, yo, you're gonna fight already? Were you getting a little anxious sleeping at night? Like, all right, so the first night you just sleep good, I guess.
It's too long, bro. Too long.
Yeah, too long.
I like that 24 hours. I like the 24-hour turnout.
Yeah, because you want to fight too, you know. Especially for these guys that if they're cutting a lot of weight and then pace becomes a problem, you could put the Quake pace on them. And we were even, hey, you know, it's funny. You still made him feel it after 1 round. You know, he was just trying to freaking mat return you, and that just was worse for him. You know, he should have just let you go. Him trying to just like,
I'm always gonna get up, bro.
Refuse to lose, baby. Refuse to lose. It's a mindset. Hey, like Frank always taught us, right? Getting up is a choice. The dog.
Yeah, it is.
But yo, we're used to having them glued to our back for freaking 20 minutes a day anyway. So
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
You haven't been ridden night, you've been ridden by Frank.
Yeah. So, hey, in Australia, did you do the 36-hour weigh-in too, or just 24?
24.
Nice, man. All right, and we'll just close it off with this. Izzy Yoel, how good was that performance? I thought it was a great performance because of who he fought and how he dealt with the mental. That's a whole nother fight. I don't think people understand, you know?
People don't understand, but I don't even have to explain this. The people I have to explain this to, I don't want to talk to anyway.
Yeah. It's like, hey, homeboy, but I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna hate on Yoel's Yoel's logic was kind of sound. He's like, yo, if I don't move, I can't get tired. So that's what he did, dog. He was just like, I'm just not gonna move. And he's like, doesn't get tired to get hurt, and he just let his meter go down. He let his leg kicked out.
Well, he was like, if I don't go to him, he has to come to me.
But is he smart? Yo, that's the second time he had to have tactical warfare with Silva too. Silva was an OG, and he's gotten some wars, but you know what I'm saying? That was a real technical battle, mental battle too. But but you can't come at him. If you come at him, look what happens. Look at Gastelum, never the same after the Till fight. He didn't recover right, you know. Now who knows what's gonna happen with I think Whitaker should take a long break. You know, that was a vicious KO, man. So. But, yo, you boys are doing great. Hey, man, it was amazing watching you guys put in work, dog. Seeing you guys put the VO2 Max wrestling sessions. Oh, my God. Yeah. The VO2 Max wrestling, VO2 Max pads. And then you guys were doing...
I take you deep.
Yeah, it's no joke. Every day you get pushed to the dark side once, right? I think I seen the method behind this, the madness of the scientists, yo. Yeah, it was beautiful, man. I learned a lot, bro. I learned a lot staying with you guys. Watching you put in the work, the discipline, the recovery. How important is the recovery now, like 10 years in the game, compared to like when you first started?
It's like 70%
70% of the game, you say, is recovery, huh? You don't fuck around, right? Like, I know when I was staying with you, if you weren't training, you were out on the Theragun, you were stretching, or you were at that lab where you guys had the... Or the thing on the feet. How do you like the compression thing?
Yeah, they're good, bro. It all adds up. You got to do all of it, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Too much workload not to do it. You can't piss around.
Yeah, I could pick your brain for an hour, and now we're finally getting into the rhythm, but we don't want to hold you up forever, brother. But, yo, Bradley, man, thank you so much for coming on the Honey Badger Hour podcast, dog.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to Bert. Shout out to Marissa and all the homies over there on your. Who's in your crew? It's you, Selby, and Stiletto, and Bert.
Me, Selby, Stiletto, and my 2 flatmates.
Oh yeah. Wait, who's living with you? Who's your dudes?
We got a girl and another guy, and they jump in and do some circuits and stuff.
Yeah. And you have did Bradley never moved in, huh?
Nah, he's still flying, bro.
Is he still working?
He's probably got the Corona.
He's still working through the Corona?
He's in Hong Kong at the moment.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, so Brad's best bud from back home is a flight attendant for New Zealand. But,
he's a flight... Oh, man, right now, this is terrible times.
Now, yeah. But he's a fucking lad. Makes Brad crazy, but I kind of love him. It's a nice salt and pepper mix between the two of you.
He's your MLO?
Yeah.
He's your MLO?
Nah, fuck no. No way.
Hey, Bradley, where can the people find you on Instagram and social? Oh, more important, what's your YouTube channel? Because people will listen to this. It's gonna be YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, go to YouTube. Quake Combat.
Quake Combat on
Instagram,
YouTube.
there's not much happening. Go to YouTube.
Yeah, guys,
Quake
go
Combat.
to YouTube. Quake Combat. Hey, straight up, some of the best instructionals. I've been using them. I've been using my bump, bump. You know, I've been closing the distance with my 2-step. You know, so my little half jab. You feel me? I'm working on my shit, dog. Hey, my favorite one was the low kick
We'll do a
one.
live podcast.
My favorite was the low kick
We'll
on
do
the
a live
bag.
podcast and I'll come over.
I'm sorry?
I think we'll do a live podcast and I'll come back over.
Oh,
Oh
sure.
man, I can't wait, bro. That's the thing, you know. I know you you were planning to bring a group of kids over here, right? What was that? It's like was it a foundation or
Yeah, just to like take kids there that might struggle to get there at some time in their life, but we'll have to push it out till next year.
yeah. So
Post Corona,
how many kids were you gonna bring out?
that'll be AC.
Yeah, man.
10.
You were gonna bring 10 kids that are like kind of like from underprivileged or like from not the best opportunities.
Yeah, all sorts of different things, but
Oh no! Did the Wimps Warriors get canceled too?
Winter Warrior got cancelled.
The
and then
boxing.
this mental health. There's this mental health boxing thing yet that got cancelled.
Damn. Oh, shout out to the Mental Health Boxing Foundation. If you guys don't know, our man Brad was training in the middle of fight camp. He was doing what time were those classes? 6 or 5:30? 6.
6
Yeah,
a.m.
Brad was doing the 6 a.m. for
Not even bad.
fundraising for mental health awareness, and he was doing white collar boxing, and then he was training these guys, and then they were gonna fight each other for an event to promote
nice.
mental health awareness. So shout out to Brad, always a man of the people, giving back to the community, making New Zealand proud, putting Christchurch on your fucking back. Hey, cheers, brother. Thank you so much, my man, for coming on the Honey Badger Hour.
I was see you later.
Later, brother. Love you, my man.